I'm Christi Gilbert. I'm an early literacy coach with Kent ISD.
So, Christi, we have been partnering for a little while. Can you tell us what you've been doing for the Michigan Learning Channel?
Yeah, so I've been vetting and starting to design content for the literacy portion for K-3 learners.
So, Christi, you've been working with us through the Michigan Learning Channel. Can you tell us what are some of the things that are really critical for our Michigan Learning Channel to have in literacy?
So in literacy, the things that we're really focusing on for the critical components are the foundational skills. So knowing letters and sounds and knowing how those sounds are put together into words, and then being able to put those words together into sentences and making sure that when our readers read that they can make meaning from those sentences as well. And then we're also focusing on some motivation and engagement pieces. So making sure that the instruction that we're giving is meaningful to kids and meets them right where they're at.
Awesome, awesome. So, do you see the Michigan Learning Channel as a tool that teachers may be able to use?
Yes, absolutely. We're working really hard to ensure that everything that we put together in terms of content is aligned directly to the Michigan state standards for English language arts, and also looking through all of the different curricula that districts in Michigan use and making sure that the scope and sequence that we put together goes along with what teachers are using in the classroom.
Awesome. So now we know that the Michigan Learning Channel will be streamed. It will also be on broadcast through an antenna to anyone's home for free. We also understand that the resources will be on demand. Do you see a teacher being able to take advantage of a resource being on demand? And what do you think that might look like?
Yes, absolutely. I think this might provide some relief for our virtual teachers in terms of being able to say, you know what, I know that our lesson today is on short vowel sounds. So instead of me teaching, you're going to go directly to Michigan Learning Channel and use the content that's there to help support your learning. I also see teachers being able to use it as a supplement. So they do their lesson, and then for extra practice, kids can go to the on-demand portion of the Michigan Learning Channel.
Awesome. So this is not taking the place of teachers. This is supporting teachers and families. Can you see this being a benefit over summer for maybe attacking the summer learning slide?
Yes, absolutely. One thing I love about the Michigan Learning Channel is that it will be accessible to kids whether or not they have high-speed internet access, because it's over the TV, and almost all of our families have access to television. And so over summer, even if devices have to go back to school or the hotspots have to go back to school, kids will still have access to continue learning throughout the summer.
In terms of reading and literacy, do you find that a summer is a time that kids really do need to be doing something?
Yeah, there's a ton of research that supports the summer slide, especially in terms of literacy. Kind of that idea that if you don't use it, you lose it. And so for a lot of our kiddos, summer is a time where they lose it and then they come back to school and we have to make up that gap again.
So now, being in a pandemic, obviously none of us have done this before. And I think one of the concerns across our state, actually across our nation, is that kids are falling behind right now. How would you see this content and literacy and language being helpful in helping those kids stay on track?
You know, I think our kids are learning so much during this pandemic that we're not giving them credit for. And so one of the things that the Michigan Learning Channel will be able to do through this literacy content is really to support and encourage and build on the learning that's already happening at home.
Awesome. I love that answer. Well, we're not designing the Michigan Learning Channel to just be here as a Band-Aid. We're really looking at this as a sustainable practice. How
Mhm.
do you see this working for families as kids do start to go back to school face to face?
Mhm. One of the things that we've really focused on as a team is that we know that families might be watching this together with multi-age kids. So we're working really hard on having grade levels aligned so that when a parent watches with a kindergartner and a first grader and a second grader, they learn the same ways of teaching all of those grades and all of those ages, so that when they're working with their kids at home, it doesn't matter what age their kid is, those parents are able to use the same strategy with each of their kids. We've also really focused on just a parent component of maybe towards the end of the segment saying, okay, parents, now you can do this practice with your kids for a couple of minutes, whether it's asking them a question about a book while they're cooking, or pointing out letters on goods that are at a store when they're together. So we are integrating a parent component that will really support families in continuing learning, even when kids are back in school face to face.
Oh, that's excellent. So this resource is not just for teachers, this is also for parents,
Yeah.
which I know as a parent myself, I have teenagers and there's not really a handbook that comes after, and especially not how to teach your child how to read or write or that kind of stuff. So thank you so much for being a valued partner to our station and to this work. And we really appreciate all that you're doing and look forward to working in the future.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for all your work putting this together. We're really excited for what's coming.